At 9:03 a.m. Let's open with the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Oh, we're doing this first, okay.
Yeah, we'll do that.
That's fine.
All right, we have received back from IAP the bid for the courthouse. And according to IAP, there was only one bidder, and that was W.R. Myers
Okay.
Company Incorporated here in Napoleon. And the overall, and this is the three phases.
Yeah.
The total base plus phases 2 and 3, which the base is listed at the top of $338,000. The total base plus phase 2 and 3 is $958,055. And as we talked with IAP before, we can do this. We're needing to do phase 1 so we get Lady Justice fixed.
Right.
Before she
Falls off the courthouse.
Yeah. And it's not quite that bad, but it doesn't. When you look at her up close,
There's
an arm may be.
an arm might come down.
Yeah.
I don't think.
And we sure don't want that.
No.
Sure don't want that to happen. And then phase 2 and 3 can be done over a period of years. There's not,
Right.
if we need. I have a feeling this project, the first phase will go over. We'll take whatever the construction season, the remaining construction season in 20, and move over into 21. Since often, Jeff, the stuff, the paint or different things that are used are real temperature and humidity sensitive. They've got such a, sometimes it's the heat, sometimes it's the cold, and then sometimes it's the cold with humidity or heat with humidity. It's just, so we may not see as much done as what we would first anticipate with this project. But we do know she will be brought down, she will be repaired or rebuilt, whatever the case may be.
Yep.
And then put back up. And there will be also some other repairs while they're up there. They're going to do some other repairs.
The other night I drove down Woodlawn. It was after dark. Are there lights out up on the top? Was there always lights on Lady Justice? Was there ever lights on her? There never was. When I drove there, I thought it looks darker to me than it has in the past, and I'm just.
Oh, I'll have to check.
Yeah, just drive down there once in the evening and look. It just looked a little bit like it wasn't quite as bright, and I thought the street lights were drowning it out more than in the past. I always thought it looked a little brighter than that. And maybe it's just my cataract is getting bad. It's getting a little darker. I don't know, but that'll do it. Oh, I know that. But
Going by too fast, maybe that's what it was.
yeah, I was going too fast. There it is. Yeah, flying down through there.
Yeah, very good. All right, so the total bid was, like I said, $958,055. Phase 2 or phase 1, which is what we're concerned about, the total is $366,730.
Which that includes the engineering and the
Yeah,
and the,
yeah, the construction portion of that is $338,000. And we had also included that was the scope of what's going to be done. Okay. I would entertain a motion to approve this bid and award to W.R. Myers Company Incorporated. The total base plus phase 2 and 3 at $958,055. And that in this resolution is that we are going to complete work on phase 1 at a base of at a contractor price of $338,000 plus the engineering fee is $28,730. So that leaves is a total of $366,730. Yeah. Accepting the, and awarding that, But we are only,
I see here on phase 2, that's where he moves down to the clock.
yeah,
In that area and redoes the faces of the clock. So in that total, there's quite a bit of extra stuff. That's clear down to and then the phase 3 is actually the finishing off the roof repairs that we spend quite a chunk of change on that every year, but what I'm supposed to do, it'll fall down and frame.
would there be a motion?
I will make that motion.
I would second it.
Okay, any further discussion? I think we're satisfied with the wording on it.
I think so.
Okay. Just so well, people will know what the total
Amount,
price is to do the fourth floor on up.
Yeah, right, fourth floor on up.
We're doing $366,730 worth this year. And we do have a source of funding. We've loaned the airport $110,000, which when we finally do need the money, we'll have that.
That'll come back, yeah.
Pay that, and that was for that, to pay for the upfront engineering fees for their
Yeah.
$1.7 million project.
Right,
And then we had $75,000 we had loaned to
the landfill.
solid waste district, and that's going to be paid back. And then there's
It was 100.
there was money, I don't have my
It was 100 and some
my sheet.
thousand
There was
in there.
$170,000 in the courthouse capital improvement.
Yeah.
So that's where that 110 will put that back, put that into that, and then 75 into that. Okay.
Yeah, we got the 75. I seen that the other
Pretty
day.
well
Yeah.
covered then.
Yeah.
Okay. If there's no further discussion, Christie?
Joe Harris.
Yes.
Bob Huffman.
Yes.
Glenn Miller.
Yes, this resolution is approved. Questions, Tyler?
You think it'll be all done this year?
No.
So,
No. It'll probably go into,
I think so too.
probably the statue, my guess will be rehabbed over the winter.
Okay. So how long do you think it'll actually be down?
Well, let's see, probably maybe about 9 months probably.
And is that gonna happen, to be the first thing they do is take it down?
First thing they'll do is they have to build a platform around the top, so they can work,
Yeah.
and then bring in a large crane to
Okay. So that'd be quite a spectacle.
take her down.
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
It will be, there won't be any parking on East Washington when that crane's there. I guess once the outriggers are out, it'll take out the whole street.
So that East Washington is like in front of the sheriff's office?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's East Washington, yeah.
and that'll be, and then that scaffolding or that framework will stay up there until that part of the project is done, because they'll work off of that.
So it's gonna be pretty noticeable for a while.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
And will that be like, when it starts within a month then? What do you gotta
I think they were talking about starting here.
I think once we, let's see, we have,
I don't think it says in there. I didn't.
this authorizes, we will have to sign notice to proceed.
Yeah.
But, no, Bill Meyer is back. He resides in Hawaii. He lives there and works there. He takes care of towers and other things in Hawaii. And he's back. So, he wanted to be here in Napoleon when he started working on this project. So it's our understanding it will start as soon as they get the notice to proceed.
And when you said East Washington would be closed, is the crane gonna be sitting on the street?
It'll have to be. Mm-hmm.
So do you think on both sides they'll close the traffic, or close the parking?
What's that?
Will they close the parking on both sides too?
Yeah.
Oh, I suppose, yeah.
There will be too much, the outriggers will probably cover all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause it's going to be, it's not real heavy, but, it's going to be the height.
Yeah,
They don't want traffic.
yeah, yeah. That's up to the guy who hooks it up.
Yeah. So hopefully Todd will, when we talked about it, when we were talking about it last year and into early this year, is that we were hoping to be able to have her on display for a few days. And then we had all the hoopla with protests and the riots and all that. And, you know, there was also discussion in, are we sure we want to do it? But this is an important part of Henry County history. I think the contractors will do everything they can to help us at least provide some kind of time for people.
It's actually in his scope of work, and there's
Yeah.
that they would have time provided that to look at her, you know.
So just put it in like to go with sign of the times, put it in like a plastic shield.
Yeah, yeah. So we don't get germs on her, yeah.
And she really has no facial features. It's really kind of ugly. But you know, from the distance,
It looks good, yeah. Yeah, I think, because we've had drones go up there, take close-up shots of her. Yeah, it's
Commissioner Myers was up there a month ago.
yeah, he got to go all the way
I
up.
have a picture of him
Yeah.
with sticking his head through the hatch, so it's right at the base of the
Sticks my head out the hatch and just almost touch it right there.
Yeah, yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I didn't have any prettier up there either, so.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure no.
So we're very confident in the work that Bill and Andrew Carnahan do.
Yeah.
Bill is, this courthouse has been a passion of his. He takes this very, very seriously, and we're glad. his work is known, so we're real comfortable with it.
Yeah. Yeah, he takes it pretty seriously.
Yep.
Hey, guys.
Okay, Todd.
Carry on.
Thank you, sir.
Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you.
In person.
Yeah, good to see people in person, that's for sure.
Take care.
Yeah.
I'll send you the good award for,
For the 9:47, okay.
yeah, unless you're coming back.
No, probably not.
Okay.
See you later. Thank you.
See ya.
Okay, dear God. Is there another place for me to sign? Coulda, shoulda. Okay, would there be a motion to approve budget adjustments?
I will make that motion.
A second.
Is there further discussion? Hearing none, Kristen?
Chuck Myers.
Yes.
Bob Hoffman.
Yes.
Roland Miller.
Yes, this resolution is approved.
Brian Keller, Northwest Signal.
Northwest Conference.
Well.
Oh, there's nothing.
Pretty quick. Not you, talking about the legislative word,
Thank you.
reviewing this whole.
Budget adjustments. Those are the regular bills.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I didn't, I went through some last night, and I left those up there.
Okay.
JFS, Connie Parker went ahead and ordered stuff from EK Computer, did not consult our IT department.
Oh, no.
And I told Shannon they cannot install stuff in our building.
Mm-mm.
And it appears that they've gone ahead and done it. Because they're being paid for installation.
What the hell's her problem?
It was,
I mean, and I mean that, she should have known better than that.
I don't know.
I mean, for God's sake.
Oh,
it's-
it's, the reason I was told is that, Hope Services bought stuff from them.
How many years ago?
It was just here in the past couple of months.
Hope so. Yeah, but, oh, for God's sake. We spend all this money on IT, it costs us thousands of dollars, and then somebody does that.
I did let Shannon know that they were not going to be allowed in our wiring closet. And,
No.
I said, if you want, I said, as long as there's, where your state, if they're plugging into your state system, I said, they can go ahead and plug it into your state system, but they're not plugging it into the county system.
No.
So I don't know, I haven't had a chance to check with Christopher, I have never seen a work order.
So, did Shannon know this was going on? I won't say that.
or whatever county it is, Family and Children First. State had money that they wanted to put in, like, for a Zoom system or camera and TV and all that.
So they're not gonna be hooked up to the state.
I don't know. Don't know.
Repair a transmission for $388. Mine was a lot more than that.
You had a new training though, didn't you? Put it?
Fully rebuilt, yeah. And then I never drove it. Why do we buy ethanol?
Is that what they,
Must be gas. Huh? Gasoline.
gas went down again?
Huh?
Gas went down again.
Yeah.
Well,
Southside Shell had it advertised for $191, so I pulled in there, but all the pumps worked but the one I pulled up to, so I stood there for 5 minutes and waited for it to work, and I thought, you know what?
It's $1.80 some, and it lasts us, and I thought.
No, I'll drive over there and I get it then. Southside Shell lost my business. Okay, now I can see that. Anything else in here you guys need to look at?
Nope, I didn't have any questions on that.
Okay, all
Will
right.
there be a motion to approve then and now?
I will make that motion.
I would second it.
Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, Christie?
Jeff Marks?
Yes.
Bob Heisler?
Yes.
Lenore?
Yes, this resolution is approved.
Okay. Did you look at them, Glenn, or are they okay, or do I have to go through?
I did look at the public defender.
Okay, I'll look at them. Mark Oliver. Clear and signature. Where it is. He must not work there very much.
gonna say.
Huh? That's not very much what he does. Oh, this must be a support one. Let's see, yeah. Yeah. Okay, that one's good. Didn't we just have one on him the other day? That's a repeat offender. My God.
You see that? I've never seen that either.
Yeah, it's already.
Well, he obviously don't work. All he does is get in trouble.
The last name I don't.
Right?
We just, the other day when I okayed Bill, that name, same name was on there. Same name. Find that guy and send him a bill. Why don't you pay for your own damn wire?
That's pretty good for all that.
Don't approve those, for JFS yet. That's Christopher, see if he can move them.
Is it this one? And that one?
There's three.
Those three? Okay. I did, I'm here on up.
No, unclick off that one.
Not that one?
No.
Oh, this one too, yeah. That one too, right? Well, it's just
Just leave
H3.
that one, just leave that one.
Okay.
Scroll back down if you would. There's that bottom one,
Yeah.
click on,
This one?
yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's not part of that, that's something else, okay. Okay. I'm glad you looked at that and found that, because I wouldn't have caught that. Wow. I can't believe we're doing it. All right.
Maybe down about, maybe caught that address change and contact the state. And the state's gonna change it. And goes back, I've got a copy of it in my office. Of this. The Fulton County address. That I told you about yesterday.
Yeah.
They had the wrong address, so did you get a copy of the carton?
I don't know if it's corrected or not. No, I don't think it is.
Yeah, they were waiting for the carton.
They sent to, I have no clue. I read the email and said, this is, I have no clue what you're talking about. So until we get the corrected one.
They thought that they sent verified from the state that it would be okay. So it wasn't definitely there, it was the state that inputted the address.
That's fine. And that they were quick to, what about, it mentions in this email about a subordination agreement.
It is in the packet.
Right here.
It's,
It's with,
one of those houses that they.
yeah, it's enclosed, please find a subordination agreement for the mortgage recorded against the property owned by Metal Holdings. Please have an appropriate officer, which,
In Holgate, it's rotations rotational molding.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's not the one that Anna's, that Anna looked at, isn't it?
No, she was a JAD machine.
Elward.
In Elroy, yeah. Different town.
They're all south of the river. I get confused.
Just ask me, I know them all.
That is for the street improvements, not the, it doesn't sound like that's gonna be started for a while. The actual street. I think it's the 20.
What?
I don't know, the corrected version. So we'll remove, item D, or resolution D, from the agenda until we get the corrected contract from the state of Ohio.
What they have wrong on it?
They put, Fulton County Commissioner's address.
Oh.
The Henry County Commissioners for Fulton County. Okay.
But, Maumee Valley Planning wanted us to be aware that the state of Ohio did that, not them.
Okay.
Somehow it was put in the system though.
I'll mention it to the boss tonight, I'm gonna see him.
What's that?
I'll mention it to the boss tonight, I'm gonna see him. We're at another meeting tonight, so.
I haven't seen them in forever.
He was here a month ago. Wasn't he?
Who?
Dennis Miller.
Yeah. I seen him at the last board
Him and
meeting.
his girl over there that took out his place, her name was Tina.
I'll keep her away from Katie. When Katie will be Michael.
Yeah.
Did we hire anybody to replace Cindy?
Well, Will Burns. He's
Oh, that.
Front that over. He was there before and then came back.
Yeah.
I worked with him.
He was there.
Early on with us in the CFC.
Oh.
Early on.
He's been around for a while, but I know who,
And then went to Bowling Green, went to the university.
yeah.
I think he joined. Well, him and Austin, I think they kind of shifted. Each other.
Will retired from BGSU.
Retired? What was it?
No, he's old enough to retire.
I guess
I think he's got his years in PRS.
Yeah. He was around before.
PRS and whatever
Long
DG is. And so he's got, yeah.
I've only ever met that guy one time. He was always on, but I knew the name because he's involved here and then they left.
We have, resolution E, which would be, change it to D, is that correct? How we're going to do it?
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Okay. That'll be good on the recording. Did you hear the speakers?
Oh.
Okay, this is a matter of Area 7, fiscal year 2021 sub-grant agreement, Henry County Job and Family Services, effective July 1, 2020. Would there be a motion?
I will make that motion.
Does it have anything to do with? Oh, I'll second the motion.
Then we can talk about it.
Yeah.
It goes on to say,
I think it's to do with the workforce development, isn't it?
that's what, Area 7 does. Hey, Christopher.
Yeah.
Just a second, we'll do that. Let's see. I'm looking for, if there's Did you see any dollar amount in that?
Just the date.
Okay, just the date. I have,
It's the July 1st.
so there's not a lot of detail. So it's, other than what Christie said and what Lily was, it's for July 1, 2020 for duration of, because this is the first time I've seen it.
We do it every year.
Do we?
I think, didn't you go to a meeting with Shannon one time? Yeah.
I went to quite a few until it was just became very non-productive. So then sent her for a while. And then they changed how the board operates.
Never been to one of them.
What's that?
I've never been to one of them.
You haven't missed a thing.
Yeah, it's kind of what I've been told.
Yeah, it's usually all pretty well done by the time it gets
Mm-hmm.
to a board meeting. All right, if there's no further discussion, this is a yearly thing. No doubt has to do with our ability to get federal funds for workforce development.
Yeah.
Nothing else, Chrissy?
Chuck Myers?
Yes.
Bob Hosta?
Yes.
Glenn Moore?
Yes, this resolution's approved. We have, Christopher, we have some bills from EK Computer for installation stuff in
Want to see them?
the Hahn Center. Cabling, had some cable, and
Either EK Computer?
did anybody ever get a hold of IT?
Other than that ticket that you saw, that was the only thing I ever had.
Did anybody go up?
I never knew they were coming. Oh, let's see if I can pull that ticket up.
There's Scotty Parker. $1,000 right there.
$1,000 to install it.
Yeah.
$1,000.
Yeah.
What is it?
Cat 6 network patch cable, 5 foot. HDMI to DVI, 10-foot cable. Conference room.
Then there's more to it, I think.
Another $3,600.
Total, yeah, there's some hardware right there, but I'll have to, that might be on the other bill, right? I can X out of this one, there was more bills.
It was paying for the installation. Yeah.
That's on $385 there. Is that correct? No, it's the same one. What the hell? Something didn't click. Two for two. What does that say? Application here, go back, go back here. Okay.
Well, that was, I want to make sure she's got which one's right. I think it's
Yeah.
21.
There's a $614 bill.
And they could do it that far ahead of time. I think one of them's wrong on there, something like that.
that's the same one.
They use multiple accounts to pay for it.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, they do.
That's what they did, 2 accounts, it was $1,000. Yep, they had $300 in one.
3 accounts.
Yeah, yeah.
There's one for 8 cents.
Yeah, and then one for 8 cents, yeah. I just wonder what's wrong with using our own IT department to do that.
Why can't I find the app?
Why don't you go ahead and give Shannon a call and say you were called into the commissioner's meeting and wanted to know why.
I can do that. I gotta call her anyways, because I got a text from the sheriff's office, something about cameras. But 2 of the employees have access to the cameras and they need 2 more. I'm not quite sure who they're talking about.
Can you only give access to certain cameras?
Yeah, and well, the sheriff wanted to know if he needed to do it or if I would do it, and I texted him back, I said, well, I'll give her a call, because I just need to know who, and it's not a problem. And he sent back, he's like, they can have access to whatever cameras they want in the home center. I'm like, okay.
When you do talk to Shannon, we need to work over on that.
Okay,
On paper trail.
yeah, not a problem, and if nothing else, I'll create it. Well, no, they've got access to facilities, there it is. It's called Work Center. Facility, it's called Work Center on the phone.
Oh, yeah.
I can never remember what the app is called.
Yeah, what Work Center has to do with facility, dude, I was baffled. But then again, I'm not gonna question it.
So the ticket stated, EK Computer will be installing equipment in the second floor conference room and would like to discuss internet drops, etc. with Christopher. Scott with EK will be contacting you to set up a time in the next couple of weeks.
Then, when I saw that, I did that conversation.
I remember you and I had talked about it, but I just wanted to read it because I was remembering correctly was that they were gonna have a conversation with us. So the fact that it's installed, they did it without talking to us.
Why? Why did they do it without talking? Why did they install? Were they, what was the issue?
Well, it was, oh, that's hot.
Okay.
He's expecting it to be a margarita.
Yeah, you gotta read it.
I actually have been here since 3 a.m., so.
Oh, geez.
They've been up since 2.
You went to bed at 6, though.
I wish I would have. If I would have known, I would have went to bed at 6. So, I didn't know, from what I gathered, and I think when you talked to Shannon was that they had some grant money, they went out and sourced whatever that equipment is, which I don't even really know what it was for. So they went out and sourced it, got their quotes, EK come back with, I'm assuming the lowest quote, or whatever that process was.
Okay.
But it needed I'm assuming it needs network connectivity. So, it was kind of told to them, well, we need to be in on this long before we get to this point.
Yeah.
Which really concerns me is that plugged into my switch up there.
Is it?
I don't know.
Is that door locked?
It is locked. I have to always get a key, because I don't even have a key to that
Who
door.
has a key?
Usually I get it from, if I don't have Eric do it, if I don't have somebody from maintenance do it, then, Clark usually has the key. She has a key in her desk.
So
She'll come and lock the door for me, yeah.
I specifically told Shannon, they do not touch our equipment. If they're plugging it into your state stuff, I said, I really don't care.
Yeah.
They will not touch
Is the state plugins in the same place that our
It's
plugins?
in the same room.
So they could, then you should be there, or Ryan, while they're in there.
Well, we got to the point where, anytime the city IT would show up,
Yeah,
they weren't allowed past security until we had somebody there.
yeah, right.
Somehow magically things have gotten bumped and we lost the whole internet because of something was
Yeah.
supposedly bumped.
Yeah.
But it was, the only way you lose connection is being disconnected.
Yeah.
So they just don't pop out.
Yeah,
Not usually.
Not usually, unless they have some help. So, city IT cannot go in to our wiring area
okay.
without,
No, I don't think anybody should go in there, that's,
no.
here's what I'm getting at. I don't know shit about this stuff, but we spend a shit ton of money to have this way, and if taxpayers find out about this and they come to me, I want to be able to explain it. That's all I'm caring about.
Yeah.
Because push comes to shove, they don't want to see that money spent, we don't get our dollars worth out of it, and if we're protected, we're protected, and if they're going in there, we're not protected, that's wrong. That's
Yeah, and
really not right.
it was more of,
Yeah,
it is more of just, you know, kind of a security issue.
yeah,
It's a severe security breach.
yes, it
They have
is.
access to our infrastructure,
Mhm.
and we, I hate to be
Yeah,
a pain, but
yeah, yeah,
we've got to be on this.
yeah,
It
yeah.
is, I mean, and we can look at the Secretary of State, it's my favorite people in the world.
Yeah,
Frankly.
They've been nothing but pain in my rear end. But if you look at what they require for us to, the Board of Elections,
and there, yeah,
we are what they require for physically securing the network portion of it. They want to block cabinets, they want to unlock doors, they want.
and that's fine, that's fine.
But that's not even necessarily their network. It's, because it sits on the county, they still want all of that stuff. So it's same courtesy, we're not asking for anything that nobody else would ask for.
That's right.
Well, what they're asking for, they're also paying for. Which, if they were saying this is what we want and we were paying it, that's an unfunded mandate, go pound sand.
Yeah.
You can do all this, and what's going to be in this election is this mail-in crap. That's going to really hose this whole election.
And listen to the interview I had with Marion, she was pushing it. How do we gotta get this mail? She was telling people, get mail, get absentee ballots.
And this contract, we got a contract now with the post office, that means squat.
No. I don't trust the post office any further than I can see them.
You could get ballots and just drop them off, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if they use this drop box, bring them, and that's what I said then, I said, we do have a drop box, and Mary did say that also on the radio. We do have a drop box, make sure you use the drop box. It's fully guarded and it's a safe place to drop in, it's not hard to do, you just walk up there and you don't have to see
So if you would
anybody.
investigate that, I would appreciate that, and, I'm not gonna discuss this publicly, but I already have an idea of what we can do. And
Okay.
since it is our building, it is our door, it is our closet, and the commissioner's IT system is in there.
Maybe the key has to come back here.
Possibly the lock change.
If they're gonna let
Would there be a
you.
reason they need to get in there? Besides their state stuff, they would want it.
That's fine, then you gotta be there.
That's,
That's the bottom line, you or Ryan's gotta be there.
and I don't have a problem with that. I wouldn't have a problem with that to begin with, even if they were plugging into the state network to have myself or Ryan up there. It's not like I gotta stand over them and watch them and know what they're doing.
Just
I thought they used to do Fulton.
Yeah, it's not the point, it's no big deal to plug stuff in. It's just while you're in there,
What do you
what
unplug?
can they do?
And they shouldn't be doing anything, and the likelihood they would is probably fairly unlikely. But it's still one of those, somebody's in there unattended,
Yeah,
we have no,
yeah.
nothing to say it wasn't breached, I guess. You know, I guess that's my concern.
Did you figure out that thing the other day? I just thought of this, that's why I'm asking.
Yes, with
From the senior center?
yeah, so we drove all the way to the senior center. That wasn't my problem.
Oh.
So we came back to the courthouse, because their fiber comes into the courthouse.
Okay.
And, we lost a fiber module in the one switch.
Okay.
It was an easy fix,
Yeah.
just pull it out, put the new one in,
Okay.
everything comes back. We think it might be heat related. That cabinet is, because we keep it closed and.
Yeah, okay, yeah, oh, yeah.
So, and I have done some investigation, I have found a couple of them that will.
What is, probably will have to replace it with, a cool. The cabinet has its own air conditioner.
Actually, I found add-ons.
Um,
So, some Tripp Lite makes one, a floor standing one, they also make a rack mounted one.
An air conditioner?
Mm-hmm. Designed specifically for that.
Yeah,
So,
I know that he will screw stuff up.
yeah, and the way that cabinet is, and well, you guys have seen it, I mean, that thing's
Yeah.
packed full.
Yeah.
There isn't,
And there's bound to be heat in there, I mean, there isn't even fans in them, is there?
no, not typically,
You know,
because the fans, they only ever do is mount to the top, and all you're doing is basically just moving the hot air. You can't put enough draw out of that,
Yeah, okay.
to actually move enough air to really
Yeah,
benefit.
make it.
When you have a floor cabinet like that, you sure don't want to have air intakes down at floor level to pull the air in.
You're pulling dirt in there. Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say, well, you gotta be careful where you suck your air in too.
And those fans are typically mounted
Yeah.
top, middle,
Yeah.
and actually your hot, or your cool aisle is the front between the glass and the
Yeah.
equipment, and the hot is the back. So this just kind of sits
Yeah.
up here. It doesn't actually help draw cool air in. It really just is trying to help exhaust the hot air out of the cabinet.
Okay.
And then even in the winter, it's pretty warm.
I imagine.
Yeah, that room is never cold.
Yeah.
You know, almost, well, even in the winter, too warm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
This'll be-
isn't it down by the boilers down there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the
it's-
one we're talking about.
Yeah, that's not an ideal.
No, but it was the best spot we had though, you know.
Yeah, and we've
Yeah.
eliminated most of the equipment, or we've eliminated all the equipment we can out of there.
Yeah, okay.
So it's one of those, we really don't have a whole lot of,
If a stone building, what are you gonna do, you know,
but yeah, so I found some units that would, and I think they're all less than $1,000, so they're not terribly expensive.
Well, that will be interesting to see.
Yeah, I was doing some research while I was here all morning. There's even some videos on them, so watching, they were kind of interesting how well they work. Oh,
So what do you do, just coming in early and building up comp time?
so. Yeah. No, I had a phone call a little after 2 from the sheriff's office. They had locked themselves out of the workroom computers. So, which is fine. I got up, and the unfortunate part is it will auto unlock itself after 30 minutes. We have
Okay.
so by the time I got logged in, or from their phone call to when I got logged in, 30 minutes had passed. I got logged in, so I didn't have to actually fix anything other than just make sure it worked. But while I was in there, I started yesterday evening with some more migrations of the health department servers onto ours. And in the process, I decided, well, since I'm up, I might as well check on the process of the one I started before I went to bed. Well, it just kind of hung, so the backup was just kind of, or the imaging process had just kind of stuck, and there was no data going over. It hadn't failed, but there was no traffic. And we're backing up to, we take that image and we're copying it to their App3 server, which is their backup server. Well, I could ping it, but it was real sluggish, so I thought, well, I'll just remote on and we'll see what's wrong. So I hop on it, and it was just kind of real again, so I'm like, we'll just reboot, no big deal. Well, I did, and it didn't come back. And it didn't come back, and it didn't come back, and it didn't come back, and then 3 o'clock showed up, and I said, well, I might as well go on in, because it ain't coming back.
Yeah.
So, we have another server with another hard drive failure, so we're in the process, we gotta get that equipment retired, so hopefully by tomorrow morning it is, that's my goal, to have them completely off that equipment and onto ours.
We did know the condition of the health department system, weak gas, and it's probably as bad or worse than what we thought.
Okay.
Even giving the company that was contracted to take care of this stuff the benefit of the doubt, and I think they got shot pretty quick, the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
But the important thing is, right now, is to get them migrated over to Megatron, over to our system, and run off of our server farm, and then we can, with the health department, work out all the other details. There's some financial details we have to work out, but felt it was
In other words,
better.
who pays for what?
What's that?
Who pays for what?
Well, yeah, how much money are we saving you, Mark?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it really hasn't been, we don't even have them on our work order system yet, so it really hasn't.
It really, we do very little. Mark handles most of it in-house. He's got procedures where when they have technical issues, everything goes through him first. So he handles most of that on his own. He asks a few questions here or there. I mean, I'm fine with it, that's the way he wants to handle it, I'm okay with that. So we don't have a ton of issues.
Does IT too?
Oh,
Yeah,
he does.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, he loves it.
Yeah. So he pokes around on it, does his thing there, so, it hasn't been a,
Mike Imbrock is now in the conference.
Mike Enright is in the room.
In the room.
Press star what?
He does.
He knows.
Well, Laura does.
Okay, yeah, pursue, get one picked out, check with Tracy.
I think this has to do with coronavirus, don't
Yeah. Well,
That's where I am.
and also, keeps our, maintains our infrastructure for, so we'll get the 3 quotes. and-
yep, I've already started that, I got the model numbers.
Should I okay these then?
All right.
Should I okay these?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Let me know what you find out about, Hot Center.
Yep.
And then we'll decide from there.
Okay, I can do that.
Okay,
Coming in
thanks.
Friday?
I'll be here. I got a meeting at 9. I gotta be here. I'm dedicated.
There you go.
I made it 8 early on Friday though.
6 hours.
When you say, well, I came in at 3, telling that to me doesn't, it's when you go into bed at midnight and get a call at 1 o'clock
Yeah.
to go in. Yeah.
And they're done this.
With that. Usually was something, or spend the night there working.
Yeah.
Did that a lot. One time we took on a project for the federal government, it was testing booklets for the Air Force language school. And they require it was a fun project to do. But then all of a sudden, we got really busy and I didn't have staff to push over, so my brother
We'll do it ourselves, then.
four skids, boxes stacked this high, and they had to be, the booklets had to be numbered, and boxed in a certain order, box labeled a certain way, so that they knew what test booklet numbers were in there, because they had to count for all this.
Yeah.
And it was quite a deal. Why don't we, go ahead and award, resurfacing, because we kind of got sidetracked on some of this other stuff. I've got a resolution in the matter of the 2020 resurfacing round 2, issue 2 project bid award. Would there be a motion?
I will make that motion.
I would second.
Okay. This is to, the engineer has approved the bid for the 2020 resurfacing round 2, issue 2 improvements to Kirkin paving, Napoleon, Ohio, in the amount of $581,117.50. The engineer's estimate was $650,000. Is there any additional discussion?
No.
Hearing none. Christine?
Jeff Myers?
Yes.
Bob Hocker?
Yes.
Bud Miller?
Yes. This resolution is approved. Mike, if you're there, press star 1 to, for us to be able to hear you.
Can you hear us now?
Yes.
Okay, Mike just stepped out for a second. Let me go grab him.
Good morning.
Hey, Mike.
Or Mike.
How are you?
Good. How about yourself?
Oh, keeping busy.
Okay. Hey, I was out one day to help throw tires and you weren't there.
Oh, our tire shed was broke down for 3 weeks, so,
Oh.
yeah, that was the time for you guys all to come out.
Yeah.
We're up and running full speed again.
Okay, well, there's 2 more now.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Use a 5-gallon bucket of water,
Yeah.
dump our shirts in that, our bandanas.
Yeah.
Hey, that is, you know, I was working outside the other day when it was hot and humid, and I did have a cold towel or a wet towel just on my neck.
It doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
With that makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I would hate soaking my shirt in the water, but
Yeah.
it's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, it does.
How,
Yeah.
2 o'clock I finally broke down, I gotta get cooled off. And
Yeah.
You know,
that shirt on, and we were joking, more shivering like a little girl and giggling, and it was so cold. It does keep your body temperature down.
Yeah, it does,
yeah,
yeah.
you know, almost, when you get that warm, you just have to be careful.
Yeah.
With cool stuff, so it doesn't shock your body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It went good. We got probably twice the amount of tires that we should have, but now that we're up and running, it doesn't take us, it'll probably take us a week, 10 days probably, but.
Hey, I was impressed with the shred pile,
Yeah, it's going
Yeah.
or lack of pile.
Yeah, I've been driving by there looking at it.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah, that's, for us, that's pretty exciting. Yeah, we'll see, later on, we can talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we shipped about 700 and some tons.
Yeah, I see that on your report.
Stickneys,
Yeah.
and the great thing about it, they want to shred now, and I just told them we are swamped. And he finally got us 2 semis, and we were loading 2 semis for about 7 or 8 days.
Oh, yeah?
And,
That all,
actually, I measured the pile, there's 130 feet gone, I actually cut stick these off, because I gotta get the Warren Slaughter
Yeah.
about, I think I'm down to 634 tons is what I got wrote down, so. Yeah, we shred a couple, I'm guessing 200 tons,
Yeah,
that'll get us close, so.
yeah.
He's gotta get his parking lot straightened up so we can get in and out anyway.
Oh, okay.
So, we'll see how that goes.
Got a little time on him yet, huh? So I got a question, right?
And look at the budget, or?
Yeah, I have one question. Talking about tires, I see you took a load to Vienna Junction. Why did you take a load to Vienna Junction if you're almost short?
Those were all tractor tires.
Okay.
And I still don't like running the tractors through there.
Right, okay.
And we traded probably, 5 semi-loads of semi-tires.
Yeah.
And Bill Frankert, he took care of those for us.
Mm-hmm.
And then these tractors, they were junky tires.
Yeah.
We had no place to go with them, so.
Okay.
We put the dust on that one load,
Well,
but.
that was my question. I wondered, I thought, wow.
Yeah, but we've been doing really well on avoiding Vienna Junction.
Yes, we have been.
Yeah.
You did it all right.
Is a monitor.
Yeah.
But we spent 29,000? Yeah. 2 years ago, I think, we spent 29,000 at Vienna, so.
Yeah, right. This will make a big difference, yeah.
For good and bad.
Yeah, right. No, that was good. And I just jumped out at me, I thought, whoa, okay, but that makes sense. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, if we don't have to, we're gonna stay away from that, but
Yeah.
sometimes you end up with
junk,
so
sure.
much junk you
Yeah.
don't know what to do with.
Right,
And,
right.
So anyway,
Nope, I understand that. Okay.
one thing on the budget, the solid waste, if you, jump ahead to that, after making our payback and stuff, we'll still be getting, 25,000 from Ohio EPA.
Okay.
That should be coming any day, so.
Good.
That'll help bump that up.
I'll bring it back, yeah.
Yeah, and with the monthly fees, we should get that back into six
Yeah.
digits here shortly.
Mike, I just wanted to bring up, solid waste, contract fee, that'll be September 16th. Will increase,
Oh, okay.
so.
Yeah, I got that set on the calendar.
Okay, good.
Christie knew you would.
Yeah.
She
Didn't
confirmed,
I either, you and I will remember it anyway.
Yeah.
she did mention, yes, she did mention something about that, but, it was a compliment.
Yeah. And that basically goes to post-closure then, right?
Right,
Yeah, yeah,
that whole increase was supposed to.
yeah. That's good, because that thing's going south on us there. We gotta keep, that's good though.
Okay, Mike?
And that full closure, it went down, 2,000, but
Yeah.
I think we're getting a handle on it.
Yeah, I think so too. I've been watching it and it's up and down, but we'll, as long as we get to a point where we hold even, it doesn't even matter if it's only $100,000, as long as we stay at that point and we don't go below it, you know what I'm saying? So we got money in there. And, 'cause the stuff that comes out. Okay. So.
I think it was, pretty good again. I was surprised it was as low as it was. We learned about 25 tons.
Yeah.
Seems like the amount of customers we're getting is still crazy.
Yeah.
One big difference was we didn't have a lot of rougers.
Yeah.
We missed out on quite a few of those. I don't know if it was the heat,
Yep.
We had, the tonnage wasn't much, but if you look at our customers,
Yeah.
we're still about breaking records. I think, what was it, Saturday, we ran 36 trucks, or was it 40? Close to 40 trucks through here in 3 hours. I had to call Laura in off vacation. It was just, Brad, we were overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Just crazy how busy we are. And then, during the week, we're still in, running, 30 trucks through.
Yeah.
People are very active.
Yeah. Well, they can't do anything else, so they're cleaning stuff up and hauling it to landfill. At least we're open and they aren't hauling it to my woods. Because that's where it goes otherwise.
Landfill budget, that's doing good. That should keep improving. We've got a lot of accounts. Tire business, should get some tax. Next month should look pretty good again.
Okay.
One of the higher numbers that we've had since you've been here.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, 38,000 ending balance.
Yeah. Yeah, I see that. That's good. How's the scrap price? Is that going any place?
Terrible.
Still bad, huh?
Right now, we're going, market price with track recycling, and I don't know, we're around $80.
Jeez.
Oh, 2.5 cents, that's $50 a ton.
Jeez.
And the other thing, we're holding all of our extra recycling containers, the green monsters.
Yeah.
We cleaned all those out. We're now saving all of our power cords. We haven't sold anything for probably 6 months.
Wow.
We got 7 or 8 Mighty Tidies. Forget what we had, a couple 100 pounds, I think, in each container.
Yeah.
I'm holding off on that. Hopefully, before the end of the fiscal year, we can cash those in. And, we got a lot of copper stored up. Another green container we're filling with half aluminum rims.
Oh, yeah?
And normally the market price is, around $7 a rim.
Yeah.
We probably got, I'm guessing, 200 to 300 rims.
Well.
The container's about half full. And our other green container, we're stockpiling all our aluminum cans from Molina, here to the landfill, and then McClure. I'm hauling those Mighty Tidies, and we got that about 2/3 filled up.
So, what's
I'm just hoping after the election that everything shoots up, and we can cash in all this precious metal stuff in this fiscal year.
Yeah, be nice. It'd be nice, because that actually is an amount it'll start to show up there pretty soon.
Yeah, even aluminum, 20 cents a pound, I just can't.
20 cents? Wow.
20 cents, I just can't stand the thought of, you take a big Mighty Tidy and get 20, 30 pounds. But anyways.
Wow.
I told the men's club, Hamler, I'm taking all their cans in, but as an example, their tin cans and aluminum, we got a check for $66. And that's pretty good. Well, I took our numbers from 2018 when prices were up, $250, $260 a ton.
Right.
Aluminum was at 65-70 cents.
Wow.
I told the men's club we got a check for $285, I think.
Right.
That's 1 month.
Yeah.
That made them, that made them think this could be a hell of a moneymaker if the market ever comes back.
If the market comes back,
We'll have to see what happens.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yep. I don't know.
kind of talked about, or is there any other questions on the budget?
No, don't think so.
Alrighty. Tire business, we just talked about most of it. You know, the shredder being down, that killed us. We had a capacitor on back order. Spicers took them 3 weeks to get it in, so we're doing some catching up. We did have a great month. We had 115 ton of tires come in. So, we're hammering on that. And we already talked about the pile. The loader is kicking butt. That thing, knock on wood, that thing, loading in semis, it was taking us 12, 15 minutes.
Wow.
And as high as that thing reaches, it worked great.
Good.
Plus we loaded, how many tons? 400 ton of grindings we sold, last week, $5 a ton. Just stopped carry out, they were doing an expansion in their parking lot.
Oh, it come from you guys? Oh, okay, I see it.
That kept us hopping too, loading trucks.
Yeah.
Is ODOT, when they do grinding, are they still bringing grindings to you if they're in the area?
Yeah.
Yeah, when they redid their parking lot, they brought all those over to us. And, I don't know, they brought them three different times this year. We probably got 3,000-4,000 ton back there. Somebody mentioned maybe getting a hold of Rosebride, some of these construction companies. Somebody builds these driveways for those windmills.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's Rupp and Rosebride or who it is, but they said they're putting in, long drives all the time. I don't know who to reach out to, but that'd be nice, somebody comes in, you know, cleans us out, 4,000 ton,
Yeah. And you
$20,000 worth of grinding.
yeah.
Anyways, if you ever talk to anybody or other counties, let them know we do have grindings for sale.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Let's see, moving on. We started getting some phone calls from customers wondering why we haven't sent them our monthly bills. We found out that a lot of our mail was getting held up in Detroit.
No
So we
shit.
started calling some of our customers and sending them, you know, electronically. And we got to thinking maybe we should start doing it all electronic instead of sending out stuff through the mail. It kind of ticked me off. You know, we had, you know, some of them were $500 to $1,000.
Yeah.
And 2-3 months, you know, those stuff goes back to May 5th, I think. And I thought, you know, so it's not the customer's fault if they're not getting the bill. So I asked Laura about looking into that, seeing if we could do electronic billing and then possibly send out the, you know, the monthly statements as a backup. I'm not sure which way to go. And then I also brought up, like on our computer, our solid waste computer is very outdated. And I was wondering if we did a possible upgrade on that, if that's something we should go through, you know, the IT guy, because if we're gonna keep having meetings, you know, and, in the future.
The answer is
might be
yes.
nice for us to have a camera, you know,
Yes.
and actually see each other.
It's, I think it's about $1,100 to, get you what, we're recommending.
All right. And so do we go through the IT, you know, to
Yeah.
get us hooked up, or?
Yep.
I wasn't sure.
Just have Laura, she could email, Christopher or call him and,
Okay.
you know, put in a request and he will talk to her about, what, we're recommending. And, but also see if there is a unique need that, maybe what we generally expect might not work. But I'm thinking it will. So, yeah, just give him a call or email and, get it going.
Alright, is that like a program, Glenn, or I don't understand it at all. I don't know if Laura does. She's nodding her head. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, kind of. As far as us, getting the computer, or, anything as far as the computers, printers, phones, all that type of stuff, has to, if it's in a county-owned building, it has to go through our IT department. And, what we have done is standardized on certain computers, so it's easy to maintain across the whole network. But yet we recognize that there's situations where, because of software that's being run, there may be a special need, some additional configuration to the computer than the standard setup. And
That makes sense.
yeah, and that's what we'll have to look at. Typically, what you're going to get right now is, for around $1,100, is two monitors. One of the monitors will have a camera and speakers in it, and also the other monitor will actually, the computer is like 6x6 square, maybe 2 inches thick, will be screwed on the back of one of the monitors. That's our typical standard setup, and it's a pretty slick.
Yes, it is.
And so Christopher will be able to give you, more specific information. It's loaded with enough RAM. Again, as far as storage capacity, that's something that will have to be looked at. But it can be done.
All right.
Then we can, once you get a camera on there, then we can do Zoom meetings. We can see you then.
Well, that's, like Columbus, Ohio EPA, they're still stay at home. And we had our one meeting, where it would have been nice to have a camera out here, ours was just blank when we had the meeting, but I thought it might be time to get up to date. And I think it'd be nice, because I know we're gonna have more meetings, online.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna continue.
Right.
And it's just, if nothing else out of this pandemic, we're looking at ways to do business differently and still accomplish the same thing.
Right.
And, like this, hey, as to run you in, let's do a Zoom meeting or something online. We can still see each other, and for me, I think that works. It works very well. It's possible we may. Worst case is we'll hit the solid waste fund for the money. Best case is we may be able to grant fund some of it, if not all of it.
Oh, really? I was thinking like our meeting with Jim Scora, one meeting would pay for it. When he does his 2.5 hour one-way trip.
Yeah, right.
Back.
Yeah.
That's why I thought there too, if we, I don't think we've got that much going on with them anymore, but I'm just using that as an example.
Yep, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely
All
right.
right, well, that sounds good. I think, we will pursue that quick.
Yep.
And like with our billing, you guys are okay with that? If we try doing that?
Oh, yeah, because we don't have any choice, where this mail goes, from around here, it goes to Detroit. Detroit,
I know.
has just gotten over the years worse and worse and worse. And we had trouble 10 years ago, 15 years ago with the printing company in our mailing, with Detroit. Hated to go there. We sometimes, depending on who the customer was, in the best interest of the customer, we'd send our trucks to Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Didn't,
That's ridiculous.
are we gonna switch
I
that?
don't know what they do. They just throw stuff in the corners and.
I thought Lana was saying it's gonna change.
I mean, where is that mail at, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, this is 2 months worth of billings that
That's just crazy.
go off. Yeah, I don't understand.
Well, and I just read on some news thing this morning that the union, or not the union, the post office was taking some of their machinery, their sorting machinery out, and so now there's gonna be a whole bunch of mail gets lost because they're not gonna sort it. They're just gonna let it pile up. I just heard that on the radio, or on my news thing this morning. I thought, seriously?
The post office also uses, I know 2 or 3 firms in the Detroit area that does sorting for the post office. They'll bring in a semi-load of mail on skid trays on skids, and these companies will sort them down finer and send them back to the post office in Detroit, or the distribution center, to be distributed. So it's probably more efficient to have somebody else do it than the post office do it.
Is that it? Well, alrighty.
All you know is it ain't getting where it's supposed to go, and that's the bottom line here.
Just do what you need to do. If you need help, IT can help you out, and just put a work order in.
Alright, yeah, we'll get that rolling.
Okay.
And, I think the only other thing is, we'll do some number crunching on how much money we're spending on the recycling. And I don't know if I mentioned before, whether we should take a look and see if we can hire somebody part-time, just to help out with it. The recycling centers are booming. Even when we put hammers in, I'm pulling one load a week from McClure, Daisler, Hamler, Helena, and plus I got a trailer at Patrick Henry. We've been hauling that about once a week. But anyways, I asked her to put some numbers together and see what it would cost us annually. But another thing we gotta look at, guys, is something happens to me or retirement. Right now I'm still planning on, working at least a couple more years. We'll see how my health age hangs out, but I'm 66.
You can work 5 more years. You can work, hey,
in the future,
he ain't listening to me.
Plan ahead anyways, and I don't know what's even out there for hiring and how we would do it, but if I could get somebody at least to take care of the recycling centers, and, somebody that wanted a future, I'd have to talk with Laura and Brad, see what they're, I know Brad's planning on staying on and running the tire business and the trucking. And with Laura, I'll have to talk with her. But anyways, we're probably going to need to fill a position, sooner or later. It'd be nice to work somebody in and see it. Or what your plans are too, if you guys want to hire a solid waste coordinator and a litter prevention guy like we used to have. So, I can't complain though. I gotta tell you, these numbers, recycling numbers, a year or two down the road, Ohio EPA is gonna wonder it's gonna put Henry County on the map that we're sorting and separating now, you know, compared to how we were landfilled, you know, the green monsters. So, it'll be fun. People are gonna be calling you and want to know how did you guys do that? We're actually thinking about quitting recycling, you know, and now, it's booming. People are really recycling. Doing pretty good too, the sorting. But anyway.
Well, good, yeah, Laura, just put the numbers together. What you really wanna look at is being able to sustain it. Based on current numbers, it probably would work, but, you know, projecting out over, or at least projecting out 3 years, are you gonna be able to sustain, and where the revenues have to be able to sustain it?
Right. Did you get this copy? Oh, you didn't send them that? Oh, okay. All right, Laura's got some, hey, can we send it to you? I'm sorry, I thought, we had sent that to you. She's gonna send it to you now, something you can look at.
Okay.
We can. Alright, Laura, that's the numbers, and she says, you know, she thinks it will be sustainable, but if we can hire somebody at $14 an hour, we'll actually be saving money. And Brad's not hauling the green containers no more, so we cut all his pay for hours, and at my wage, you know, that'd actually be cut in half.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I don't know if we could get somebody hired in at 14. I don't know what your thoughts are.
I don't know what you're gonna get. What do you, yeah. Would this be a full-time job?
No, part-time. We're thinking that part-time can go from, 20 hours to 30?
Yeah.
31 or 32?
29.
29, yeah. So 20 hours a week, 25?
Plus
You gotta get some,
with tire recycling, could have them feed around tires.
yeah. If you're gonna pay that, and you're probably gonna get some retired person, somebody that's retired.
Yeah.
You won't get somebody in for work.
And I don't know if that with the cardboard, those boxes,
Well,
that goes on the trailers, those could be a couple 100 pounds.
yeah, you're gonna have to, if you're gonna do that, you have to put that in the job description, you know, if they have to lift that much. And I don't know if you can even really legally ask somebody to lift 100 pounds, can you?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
You're not breaking the law.
Yes, George.
Huh? Yeah, you're breaking the law.
That's changed.
Yeah. So I don't even know what legally you can ask somebody to lift. I don't know. You think some of them boxes weigh 100 pounds?
Oh, easy. When they flatten those cardboard boxes out, it's everything, just pick it up, let alone drag it. But now with these new trailers and having the concrete poured in, two of them, I put the ramp right down, the side ramp.
Yeah.
It works slicker than ever. Just drag it right up, and I'm only pulling 10 feet. I never did that. I thought about the weight issue.
Yeah.
Never looked into it. That's why I thought it'd be nice to get an idea of what we need. And down the road, you're going to need somebody with a good back.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Like I said, it gives us time to think about it. You know, we just threw that 14 out there,
Yeah,
you know.
I use that number simply because that's what we're paying Lori, and I had definite figures for that. You know, any other pay rate would have been speculation on my part, but I could look at the payroll
yeah,
sheet and see exactly what we were paying Lori, so I had hard figures for that.
okay,
That was just the number I pulled out of the hat.
okay.
And another thing, $14, I mean, we got Brad doing all this trucking and that, and his wage is only at $19.78
Yeah.
right now. And I
Truck driver wages, so.
hire somebody to work part-time, and we get much higher than that. I think we're gonna have a disgruntled truck driver.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think 14 is probably aiming high for this position, but like I said, I had hard figures for what the costs are annually for that pay rate, so that's what I started with.
yeah. I don't know what hourly truck drivers, what they're getting paid for hourly, but $20 is gonna be in the ballpark, I think, on truck drivers right now.
Well, that gives us something to think
You know,
about.
I don't
Yeah. Yeah,
Did you send it to the commissioner?
I just said,
Oh, okay. Yeah, Laura said she sent it, but probably in her office, but,
I sent it
she sent it out to each of you individually. So-
Yeah, we got it. So, okay,
Alrighty,
give us something to go on.
alright. Yeah, it's something we can talk about, sooner or later we'll have to deal with it, so
yeah.
until then,
Okay.
we're still working overtime and stuff. Is that something we can still keep track of? You know, our extra expenses during this pandemic, that there's still funds available that we could get reimbursed for, especially our Saturday overtime. Like I said, it's still taking 3 of us instead of 1 or 1.5 persons.
Well, I don't know, we may be able to, it's going to be, can we prove that it's due to the pandemic?
Yeah. I would say simply, easily, yes.
I think it's looking at the back, you know, the last several years, how we go this year.
Yeah, well, just keep track of it, we're just not sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, and,
all right.
we're waiting for the state of Ohio to give us the rest of the $850 million. And, we don't know when that's gonna show up. So,
Yeah.
we're pretty well through, what money we have gotten so far.
Yeah. It's not gonna be a couple thousand, but the thing I think, you know, when a lot of the county employees were working from home or got sent home at noon, we were busting our tails off here at work, and never got a break. Or on Saturdays, you know, we worked every Saturday since February something, you know, and it's changed our lives, so you know, yeah, get called in on vacation.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's my point. You know, we've worked our tail off, and if anybody deserves to be reimbursed, it's definitely the landfill. So that's just my viewpoint.
Okay, appreciate
All right.
it.
Alrighty. Anything else?
Nope, that'll do it.
Have
Thanks.
fun at the fair.
Yeah, yeah.
you do.
I'm missing out.
Yeah, you're missing out on some brewski time.
Yeah, we won't see the hand go up.
Yeah.
Hey, boss.
Yeah. Oh, parade.
Yeah, parade, yeah.
But I would still imagine there might be PBRs in there.
Yeah, I'll be in my garden instead of at the camper though.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, talk to you later.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, you too, thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye.
What?
That's disconnected everybody.
Welcome to the Net Vortex conferencing service. Please enter your conference number followed by the pound key. Please enter your user code or moderator code. After the tone, say your name and then press the pound key. Thank you. There is currently one other participant in the conference.
Okay, well, good. We're glad you're there, Kristen.
Yeah.
Feels better. Okay, let's,
We got,
talk about, the Buckeye building.
yeah,
We've got an estimate from Lansers for that, to rebuild that area
yeah,
around the door.
Yeah.
And we knew when we bought that building that, when you open the door, the whole wall would shake.
Yeah.
We knew it was
Is that the one, that's the one right in the front here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it never opened easily,
No, it never worked right.
Which, Easter was,
east.
Yeah.
the one that you saw.
Yeah, the one they use all the time,
And
yeah.
that was used all the time when it was the laundry. And,
Yeah, that was the main door,
yeah,
yeah.
it was cheaply done.
Well, everything in this building was cheaply.
Yeah. So in talking with Lindsay Lucas, she was out here yesterday, or Tuesday, looking at, another project we've been talking about, and they're not that busy. She said, no contractors are very busy. There's no public money coming out for projects. And, she said even the private sector had slowed.
Slowed down?
So, the one project we've been talking about, using CARES money for in the corner could get real competitive. It's a prevailing wage job, so it will go out to bid because of what the estimate will be.
Oh, down here on the corner you're talking, yeah, okay.
Yeah. But I think we just need to go ahead and get that done.
Yeah.
That's been an issue. And then along with that is, the cement out here.
Yes.
And they can be here in about 2 weeks.
Heard that before.
I did tell her that.
I will. I've heard that before.
Yeah. But then she said about 2 weeks, and then she went on to say that they're looking for projects.
Okay.
So, we might pay for this out of, I would say out of unanticipated. But, I think let's put both these projects in, just one resolution. I would entertain a motion to approve the replacement of, the walk-in door as well as concrete and the necessary appurtenances theretofore. Did you ever hear that, Jeff? Yeah, in city council, we had a discussion for a while, one time, what are appurtenances?
What are appurtenances?
APP or, yeah. And the estimate for Mel Lanzer Company for that project, is $9,800. Also, the second project on this resolution would be the concrete sidewalk replacement. Here at Oakwood Plaza, it starts at, the Veteran Service entrance and goes, south for 82 feet. So that'll go past our doors and,
Well, we'll go past our, that's the way I thought, that's what I read on there, I thought too, it was going past our door, yeah.
And the estimate is for, quote is for $22,900. So would there be a motion?
I will make that motion.
I would second.
Okay, is there further discussion?
Yeah, what's a frost slab?
What about some kind of a texture, everything?
Okay, that's what
I don't know.
I don't know.
Kind of what I was.
I wonder if they go down deeper.
Could be.
And, because I know, like, to keep our front steps from moving,
Yeah.
concrete was about 4 feet thick.
Yeah.
Well, it's down, you want it down below.
Below the frost line, yeah.
Below the frost line, so
Yeah.
it doesn't push up.
Yeah.
That would be.
That makes sense, that makes sense, so it doesn't push up, yeah.
You know, there may be other ways to do it.
Yeah, yeah,
But yeah, it's really important, especially in front of doors.
yeah. Yeah, so it doesn't ride up and can't get. Now, the only other question I had, and I was thinking about, this isn't going to, if we put these sliding doors or touchless entry doors that we're talking about, that's gonna be just be in the existing frames, right? I mean, there's not.
It's not gonna be like the health apartments where you walk,
No, it's not,
Yeah.
no, it will be,
so you won't have to bother the traffic.
I think it's going to be openers attached to our doors, existing doors, would be my guess.
Oh, okay,
I don't think we're
okay.
replacing.
We're not replacing the actual door itself, okay, okay, okay. Okay. Well, that's all the discussion I got then.
Okay, Jeff? You good?
I am good.
Great. Okay, so we have a motion and a second. If there's no further discussion, Christie?
Jeff Myers?
Yes.
Huska?
Yes.
Bud Miller?
Yes, this resolution is approved. And, I've got, color copies on some, set back. And we've got, the next item is the Regional Child Abuse and Child Neglect Prevention Council.
Well,
What is that?
we just need to do something with that, but Jeff had said, that, I have to read the email again, that we are supposed to appoint someone to that. I forwarded the email to you guys, I didn't.
I think I remember reading it.
I actually don't remember reading that, so.
I'm gonna look at it more, and see if we just have to appoint,
I would do it, but I'm reading that it doesn't have to be the commissioner level, so I don't know if it's somebody with more expertise would be better for something like that.
Is it?
Christie, would you check with Shannon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone
like Johnny Parker or someone like that?
Well, yeah,
Well.
and see what she
What her recommendation would be, yeah, because you're right, Jeff, it might be somebody, I wouldn't know really a thing about it.
As one of us on it before or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, yeah.
And I don't remember,
That's one that don't ring a bell to me, but,
because it's not on our list.
no, not on our list, but.
Passed a resolution for. But if they have good lunches or something, maybe.
If they serve good food, yeah. Have free chicken barbecue once a year or something. Yeah.
You'll check into that then, okay, great. All right, and then the last item there is the CARES Act, grant photo op opportunity. I thought it would be nice at least to do with one of our, awardees, just to do a photo op. Get together of the committee we can, either do it out here or downtown at the courthouse.
Okay.
And I think Kristen, well, at least Tracy said that Kristen Leader would be interested. And Donnell was in yesterday and picked up the checks for Deshler.
Mm-hmm.
And he may want to do something in Deshler. I said, we'll come over.
Yeah, we can do it.
For the flag and Deshler flag and
Yeah.
do that. So I'll have Christie go ahead and put something together.
Okay. Yeah.
And make sure, even though Jeff wasn't able to attend the meeting,
Yeah.
make sure that he's included.
Yeah.
Included in this. Jeff was here.
Yep, I don't have a problem with doing that.
We could do it Tuesday or Thursday next week. So I see we're pretty busy on Tuesday.
Tuesdays, yeah. If I can handle that.
Is Sheldon going to ask, is that sarcasm?
Is that sarcasm? She's thinking about it.
No, I got the look.
Yeah.
Just information, at 12:30, Tracy and I are going to be on a conference call with the commissioners from Perry County, wanting to talk about what we've been doing with the grants.
Oh, okay. Good.
And also, did I tell you about CCAO, the Speaker of the House?
No.
Oh, okay. I got thinking about money again, especially the CARES money. And since at least the last I've read, it doesn't appear that Congress is going to do anything until September. So we have our state legislature waiting with $850 million of local government money in the CARES Act, waiting for the feds to do something.
Yeah.
If the feds don't do something for a while yet, and we're still at the December deadline, they're not giving us any time.
Yeah.
Because the state would, once the legislature passes it, it's going to be a couple weeks before it's released.
Yeah.
And my concern is,
how are you going to do that in that time?
what are we going to do? So, we've been working on it, and coming up with ideas. But I kept thinking, why can't the state legislature go back into session, get us the money, and write in their legislation that as the feds change whether they, move the closing of the grant out until 90 days past the close of the state fiscal year, or whatever it is, that is added, but you get the money in the hands of the local government now.
Yeah.
And so I had sent an email to Cheryl Sutler at CCAO. About a half hour later, get a phone call from her. She said, I thought it would be better to call you than send you an email. And she asked me if I knew Bob Cupp, and I said, I think I said hi to him once. I really don't know.
I think we met him one
But
time.
Cheryl gave me the contact, his chief of staff, and other people, and some of his staff has migrated over from household work.
Okay.
But the chief of staff, she was in charge of taking care of the CARES money for the Speaker of the House.
Oh, okay.
So Cheryl said there's 3 people there that were instrumental in dealing with the CARES Act money.
Okay.
And she thought it would be a good idea if I wrote a letter or contacted the Speaker and
See what's
say, here's my position.
Yeah.
And Cheryl said, she said, I think that would be a good idea.
Good.
So I've been kind of thinking, how do
you write the letter?
how do I write it?
How you word it, huh?
And I've also been
My concern would be if they would put that money out there and then the federal government would the federal government change their mind and say, we want that money back? I can't.
I don't see that happening.
I can't think that would happen, but weirder shit has happened, you know, but I don't know.
To do,
Other than that, you know, just sit here and they give us a deadline that's tomorrow, how the hell are you supposed to do that, you know? It don't work.
and, you know, Jim consistently, and so does Cheryl, she said, we still hear from Capitol Square is that we're waiting to see if the feds change anything.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we're not there on schedule to be back until, in Columbus, what, the middle of September?
Mhm.
I don't know when DC is scheduled.
Yeah.
You know, if nothing changes, they made the deadline, the state has made the deadline impossible
Yeah.
for us to do anything.
Unless the feds spread that out and say, here, you know, you got till middle of next year or
But if
something
you
like
run that
that.
into your legislation now,
Yeah.
and go ahead and distribute the money.
Yeah.
You can always add to it. You
Yeah.
can leave that where you can.
Because the state holds that money, $850 million. How much, are they getting paid interest on that money? Who gets that interest? That's supposed to go with it, isn't
It's
it?
supposed to come back into the CARES fund.
So $850 million, just think of $850 million for a second, times, what are you getting, 1%, 2% interest? Maybe, maybe not quite. Even if they're getting 1% interest, that's $85 million a year. Divide that out by 365 days, that's a ton of money they're getting on interest. And that's gotta be added in. It should be over $850 million by now for the state of Ohio.
And our current CARES fund, we have a available balance of $68,000 right now.
Right now.
And we have, getting ready to order thermoscan units.
Yeah, I got them right here.
Got them, yep, I signed, Jeff signed.
Yep, I was the last one to sign, yep.
And so we're good to go there.
Kevin, yeah, that's fine.
And then some of the rest of that money we're going to use on the county website.
I seen where, you could use it for that.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
We're having a discussion, we're not sure, and when I say we, it's Tracy, Nick,
Yeah.
myself,
Yep.
Christopher, you know, and you two have been involved in some of it. Whether we can do everybody's.
Right.
And my thought is, we can't. Because you have to be able to, what you're using your website for is to be able to get information out on COVID or a pandemic or something like that. And our homepage and our pages that are the commissioners, is what we can do that.
Okay.
So I'm not real excited about trying to, fund, everybody else's, like the sheriff and family.
Website, you
on
mean?
and on and on. No. You know, we can provide links or whatever is necessary, hyperlinks off of our.
Yeah, right, but we can't improve their websites with that money.
I don't think we really can.
There was another question about the guy advertising that school, those classes.
Northwest State.
Northwest State, yeah, we were gonna,
It's through workforce development, so I didn't know, I told my guy I would check with you guys before,
Has JFS put it out there before?
I have no idea. I told my guy, we normally don't just advertise or, but then I didn't know, cause since it's part of workforce development, if it would be appropriate or not.
Yeah, it seems like we get more interest on GFS or something, you know, than the county site, I don't know.
JFS on the Facebook site.
I think so.
Cause I think, cause I send everything to Jamie, and Jamie actually puts everything on for us, so I don't know. that one, or?
Well, if we say yes to this organization, we have to say yes to others.
That was that's exactly what I was just saying. I don't have a problem putting it on there, but who else is gonna ask then? And I don't know. I mean, this sounds like a pretty good deal from what I read, but I didn't read that much about it. It's through Northwest State, right?
That, it's put on, I did put that off, it's put on by Workforce Development, which I guess I would have assumed they would have be heading it up, this gentleman, but.
Is he with the Green something?
Green America or something like that? Who's
Look
on
at
it?
the email and.
I gotta go to the FSA office this morning.
I thought he was with Northwest State. I think that's what his
I don't think he is. Maybe it was.
contact information said.
Defiance Dream Center Automotive.
Look at who the email's from, that's what I was pulling back.
From Matt Kibler, Northwest State ADU.
I don't know who Mr. Kipler is.
No, I would offer him to come over and be on my radio program if that would help him. Because I wouldn't have a problem doing that, and I think it's something that could get out. Matt Kibler. And I think he would get, if I take him up there, he would get some more free radio time, because a lot of times if I interview somebody, then Dave will take and put him on too. He'll interview him too, yeah.
Okay, so no on Facebook, and give them your information to be on radio?
Yeah. What do you think, John?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, if he wants to, I should probably call him.
I'm sure they have a Facebook site,
Yeah.
Northwest State, you know, they do.
Of course, classes start September 21st. Hell, I won't even have him on the radio before then, because I'm booked up right now till, I better not say that. No, I got August, I'm booked up till September the 1st, so I could have him on September the 8th. That would give him,
That's on the 8th.
yeah, I would be on the 8th if he's interested. Have him call me if he's interested in doing an interview. He has to come up to the radio station to do it. And if he calls me, I'll line it up. We'd have to go in, well, pretty soon here. Yeah, we got a little time yet. Actually, I could even move Mark Adams down and put him there on September 1st if he wants to.
Okay, I'll just have him call you.
Yeah. Yep, have him call me. If he's interested, he might say, I'm not interested, and then that's fine. Then I don't want to waste my time talking to him.
Hey, Bob, do you have anything?
No, I gotta go to the FSA office. Then I gotta go to the courthouse and take this, that's what my wife was here for. She got picked for jury duty. I never get picked for jury duty.
I did, too.
This time? All right. Did you take your paperwork in already?
When's it due?
I don't know. She thought it was due today.
Well, it's not gonna get there.
Well,
I'll put it in the mail.
that's why she didn't put it in the mail. She was, it'll never get there in 3 days. Yeah. take it. You could have given it to me, I could have carried yours up there too, I'm going up there. You didn't think of that though, did you?
You get
I mean,
paid for that, don't you?
what? For not turning that in? You damn right. Yeah, oh yeah.
I'll be sure of
I'm gonna send him out and pick up aluminum cans alongside the road.
Up in Lucas County.
By order of the judge. What'd you do wrong? Didn't show up for jury duty, not pick up aluminum cans? Okay, I'm gonna take us back over it.
Okay, Jeff, do you have anything?
Just one thing, probably you read in the paper that former Commissioner Vic Sonberg passed away on Monday.
Yes, I,
Just want the public, for the record, to say
Yeah.
thank you for his service.
thank you for bringing that up,
You
yeah.
probably know him.
I know him real well, yeah.
I just want to ask for a moment of silence in his memory, if you do that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Do we want to send flowers? I think we probably, is there going to be a funeral?
No, I'm thinking the funeral might be family only, yeah. I did find that out yesterday.
I don't know. Can we get a list of,
Yeah, that was.
He had to be in either in the late 70s or early 80s, I'm thinking, time frame. Did it say?
No, but I'm looking at like pictures when they built a hospital, I think he was in one of those pictures.
Okay.
That would have been about 82 or something like that.
Yeah, I think he only was in one term.
70s, early 80s.
Yeah, he was only in one term, and I never asked him why he didn't run again. The last time I saw him, he didn't even know me. We were at Spangs eating lunch that day, and he was in there with his family, and yeah, he didn't know me.
He was like 90 or something. Wasn't he?
Yeah, World War II veteran. Who's got the obituary? Is it on, Rodenberger's got it? Okay, I'll look it up. Yeah, I know it's fine.
I have a little list on my computer of commissioners, but it only goes back to mid-80s or something like that.
Oh, yeah?
Late 80s.
We have to, it's gotta be in there, it's gotta be in that file room over there someplace, don't it?
I would say.
I've never came across it, but I know there was. I'm trying to read.
I'm just looking for, I think, somebody over here.
You're not interested?
Yeah, North Conference Room. Yeah, it's gotta be somewhere, and maybe, give Vicki a call. She might
know where that list would be, yeah. And Vicki would probably been here when he was here, I would think.
When I was looking for Tom to see when, I couldn't find anything. There's not even resolutions when commissioners come in, like.
You'd only have to catch it by looking at past, all the resolutions are in there, aren't they? Of when they got signed.
We don't do resolutions like when Jeff came in. Oh, we do appointments.
No, I mean who signed the resolutions.
Oh, yeah.
Just by who signed them, we could figure
Well, I
it
thought
out.
that they had a list at the board of elections because, when they run, but they don't have anything.
They don't have anything like that?
We do have a button on here, Rodenberger to send flowers, so let's see.
Right, is the funeral today? I'm assuming it's today. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's tomorrow.
Private burial will take place at Hope Lutheran.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a date,
Huh.
but there is a button to send flowers.
And I don't care if you guys want to send flowers, I'm not against that at all, because, like I say, he was a neighbor, a good person, I liked him and his wife. I went to school with his, daughter, and he had 2 sons and a daughter, and his daughter was in my class. We were always good friends, always very good friends. Dusty Sonnenberg was our ag agent for a while, it's his grandpa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's a little more in perspective, yeah.
Yep, how it does.
And Dusty, and where Vic lived, is there on Road 12, just north of State Route 18, back in Long Lane. Be on the east side of Road 12. It'd be the last place before you get to State Route 18, if you're heading north or south on Road 12, like from my greenhouse. Well, right across from, Fruce farm there, for Rick Fruce, got that right across the road there. Well, right across the road on the east side, back in there, and Dusty raises, calves, dairy calves for the big, which is a cousin of his, so. That's where Vic lived. One time in the summer, they had a pond. Way back in the day, the government paid farmers to put ponds in. And they were one of the first ones, and they got a pond in our area. There was 2 of them in our neighborhood, and so every Sunday afternoon, those 2 ponds were full of kids.
What did they pay for?
Huh?
What did they pay for ponds?
Something to do with water conservation and fire protection, and I don't remember what all the excuses were, but they gave part of the money. I think Dad even thought about putting one in, but it wasn't, they didn't pay for quite enough of it, I think, is what part of it. But anyhow, they had a pond. One Sunday afternoon, I was, between my junior and senior year, I was driving around. I seen kids back, a bunch of cars back there, so I drove back, and they were swimming, so I had cutoffs on. So I took my t-shirt off, and I took my shoes off and jumped in, swam for a couple hours. Oh, a bunch of our class was there. We were having a good time. Somebody said, well, we gotta go, yeah. I went back out to the Jeep. I looked around. Oh, shit, I didn't take my billfold out. So I went back, I said, hey, who can dive down to the bottom of this pond? Wow. Oh, I can. So we had a bunch of guys there, and we started going down and never found my bill. Never found it was gone. So I had to go buy a new driver's license, and my cash, and I didn't have very much in there, but that was gone, and I couldn't go out that night because I didn't have any cash. And so, about 20 years later, we were already married, and we were at my mom and dad's house, and I'd seen they were draining the pond. Okay. And I said, I wonder if they'll find my billfold. Well, here come Vic's wife, driving in the driveway, and I was at Mom and Dad's house, and she goes, Mom answered the door, and says, hi, Fran, and is Bob here? She goes, I got something for him. I said, yeah, I'm in here. So we were eating lunch or something. I went over, she said, I found this morning. She was first thing when they started pumping that pond out, I'm going to go try to see if I can find Bob's billfold. She went down and walked around. She goes, I found it.
What kind of condition was that in?
It wasn't in too good a shape. Couldn't make anything out. Money was gone. But she brought it back. That's the kind of neighbors they were. They're good neighbors. They're good people.
Okay. Anything else, Jeff?
No, sir.
All right, wonderful. With that being said, is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
I will second.
Okay, Christie?
Jeff Myers?
Yes.
Bob Hoffman?
Yes.
Bob Miller?
Yes, we're adjourned at 11:16 a.m.
Okay.